Oh, what's occurring?
What's occurring?
What's occurring? How are we doing?
Ellen. Oh,
What's
by the way, this is interesting, Charlie. Finally, I've caught up with Gavin and Stacey. I watched the whole lot, done it.
finally?
I've watched all of it, even the last Christmas special, which is a shocker. Which was a shocker. I mean, the whole ending with Nessa
I know.
and
Now you know why we were annoyed for 4 bloody years. How long have I got to wait? 3 months?
will you marry me? And then it ends.
I don't know. I don't know.
Smithy.
I think they're going to get married. I think
Oh,
they're going to get married.
Are you ready?
Welcome to the Before the Free Count podcast. In the red corner, it's Charlie Quick, and in the blue corner, it's Callum Hunt. And so, let the show begin.
So just doing the introduction here. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Before the Freak Out. We know that was a bit of an interesting opening to the show for you. We haven't done this for a while, as you can tell. We took a 2-week break, and there's been a lot going on in them 2 weeks. And yeah, we had All In that was building up 2 weeks ago, and we were both just getting ready to go to London. It was just a bit hard for us to do a podcast last week. 2 weeks ago, and last week our editor was at the Olympics. Can you believe that? I think he's actually getting back today
big
on
part
the
of the Olympics.
Paralympics, which is pretty insane. So yes,
because this didn't he used to be an actual an actual.
he used to play the game that he went to go and cover over there, which is boccia. There you go.
But he used to. Has he?
No, not the Olympics. If he has, he's kept that bloody quiet. No. We know a lot of people from our friends group. We knew the entire GB team for boccia this year. So yes, and they did very, very well. We sadly missed out on the semi-final in the BC3 qualification teams. We also just missed out in the semi-final in boccia. There you go. And it's GB yet again.
Is it bad? I don't know what boccia is.
It's basically like French bowls, but in wheelchairs. So you got a red balls and black balls. You've got red balls and blue balls, one for each team or player if you're playing a singles match. And you have a white ball, which is the jack. You toss a coin over who goes first. They get the jack. They throw that out. It's whoever can get their coloured balls closest to the jack. It's a very, very competitive game, and it involves a lot more skill than people think. But in the Paralympics one, there's lots of different ways of playing it. So you have people that can throw the ball, they roll the ball. You have people that use ramps that can go up and down. And like, honestly, these ramps, I've assisted a few people in the past. They're like bloody piece of like the NASA spaceship. They're amazing. And there's all different ways that people can play. It's for all disabilities. And it is, honestly, it's such a competitive game, but it's such a great game as well.
I was going to say, do you know sometimes we go drinking at the bowls club?
We should go and play. You're
play.
never going to get on that pitch.
Why?
Because one, all the games are in the afternoon, and two, you have to be on the team to play.
I'll get on the team.
Oh, he's putting fighting words out there now.
It'll be easy. I'll be better
he's
than
putting fighting words out there. Right, I think we should start talking about a bit of wrestling, don't you? Right, so where do you want to start? I mean, we do apologise for not having 2 weeks of episodes. It wasn't a deliberate break. It was more of a chance that we just weren't prepared before All In to, do the podcast that week. But you can see our highlights over on Callum's channel. And is it on our TikTok channel? Our own TikTok channel as well, that video?
I think so.
You know what we do? For those that are watching on YouTube, we will put in it right here. So this is what we got up to at AEW.
It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown.
we went to a lot of shows.
We
So the
did.
video just shows all of that. If you haven't seen it, you can find it on at Callum Jamie Hunt on TikTok. And is it on our TikTok as well?
It isn't yet, but I'll put it on there.
It will be by the time they're listening to it.
Yes. And not
So
only
there
that,
you go. It'll be on the Before the Free Count TikTok for you at BTTC. I had to think about that. At BTTC on TikTok. So there you go. Going through that again. We're not going to go into little bits that we got up to because you can see them in the videos. We did get to go to the preview show and we did go to Rev Pro, which we will probably talk about maybe later in this episode. If we get time. We have got quite a lot to go through today. We're both very keen Rev Pro fans. So just to say very quickly on that, was it their 10th anniversary show?
11th
anniversary show. It was at Cork Park, which was next to the beautiful Olympic Park, which I made a Callum walk to in the glorious rain on the Saturday, which was not a good idea. But no, big shout out to Rev Pro yet again. Spectacular show. They just keep on knocking it out of the park at the moment. If you have not gone to check these guys out, honestly, if you're based in the UK, actually no, they're live on they've got their own streaming service now, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
Sure.
Do you know what? We should probably watch like one of these the streaming service because I don't know actually if you can like we probably are on a lot of the videos.
Yeah, if Rev Pro are listening to this, if you want some free sponsorship, we can shout you out every show. Give us a bit of that dollar. And you'll be getting mentioned every week. But no, they get mentioned anyway because we love those guys. Yeah, just quickly on that, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was absolutely mental.
Yeah.
I actually there's another event, October 19th, Doncaster Dome. Maybe we should go to that global.
That's in Doncaster though. That's not close. That's ages away.
It'd be a fun road trip.
I'm not doing 3 hours in the car, especially not around that time.
One in Southampton, October 13th.
Southampton, I'll do. Think about it. But going back to it very, very quickly, because it was the night before All In, and Rev Pro has, I can't lie, they've produced some of the biggest stars in wrestling over the last 10 years. I'm not taking away any credit from any other wrestling company that people have worked at. There's loads in the UK, there's loads in America, but Rev Pro really are at the top of their game right now. And you look at some of the people that they've got on there. I mean, I know we've mentioned it before, but Will Ospreay was probably one of the prime examples that you can give for that guy. And someone else that was a previous Rev Pro star was Miss Saraya Knight, who also decided to make a bit of an appearance, Callum.
Mental. Like, this is the thing I say. I did say to you before, it's going to be a close call between Rev Pro's event and All In because they're so good. And this event, it wasn't short of that. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I just like Jesus, Jesus. And like when you talk about Saraya Knight appearing there, and was it just me or was the pop not that impressive?
I don't think it was as big as it should have been.
It wasn't, was it?
I thought it should have been so much bigger than it was.
Like it didn't
because you had
like...
Zack Sabre. It's not Zack Sabre Jr. that I'm thinking of, is it?
Ricky Knight Jr.
Ricky Knight Jr. I knew it was a junior something. Ricky Knight Jr. And then you had Zack. I always want to call him Zack Knight. Zack Neidhart. Is it Neidhart?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, and then you had, of course, Saraya as well. So you had the 3 children of the Knight family, which I actually got to meet all 3, the whole family this weekend. That weekend, we both did. And can I just say they're the most down to earth, wrestling family I've ever seen in my life. Like they're just so down to earth with everything. I got to meet the mum, I got to meet the dad, got to meet the 3 brothers, and I think I got to meet the cousin as well. We were also very lucky. We did get a quick picture with Saraya Knight, which we're popping here very quickly. And you can see that.
I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, it was actually the 12th anniversary.
I thought it was the 12th something. Yeah. Anyway, but no, they made an appearance, and then of course the final match was against Help.
What the final match was Michael Oku versus I'm literally looking at a picture. Luke Jacobs. Yeah,
That's
Luke
it.
Jacobs.
Pete, edit that bit out.
Luke Jacobs. It was incredible though,
So
right? It was
so the last match was against Michael Oku and Luke Jacobs. What a match that was. Absolutely brilliant.
absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Incredible. What a match. Blood. Yeah. I mean, that easily could have been on the all-in card, couldn't it?
100%. 100%. But going on to All In, what an event it was for a start. I know a lot of people by this point have seen All In. So just very quickly, apart from being with me for the whole weekend, which I know was a highlight on its own, Callum, but what were your highlights from the actual All In event this year?
It well, it was. It's just too easy to say. I think Will Ospreay versus MJF stole the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It was so good. What a match. And yeah, I mean the main event was also brilliant. It was overall a fantastic show. Really, really entertaining. It goes too fast, like
It always does. But then you
it
look back at how long it was and you just think, was I really in there for like nearly 6 hours? And
yeah.
you're like, that's such a long amount of time, especially when you get in at the beginning, like 0 hour hasn't even started. And you're like, what's the time? Ugh, 3:30. Right, God, don't even start till 4. And you're like standing around and you think, am I going to make it through this? Am I going to be too drunk by the time the actual show starts? Which we both weren't, amazingly. And no, after when 0 hour happened, I don't know how it comes across on the TV because I've been very lucky to be at both events. So have you. But 0 hour and the All In actual show, it all just sinks into one. You kind of forget that it's two separate shows technically. Like when 0 hour starts, that is the beginning of All In. There's no, you know, I don't know if I missed something in the because I think I went to the toilet as All In the actual pay per view started. Like that, I don't remember them having like a big welcome to All In and it just all goes into one match. I think it's all preset and just shown on TV, and then it just goes straight to the live venue, and they play whatever music they've got as the theme tune, and then first match, should I say?
Did you know as well the all in the anniversary show we went to was 4 hours and 46 minutes long.
See,
Like that.
in the nicest way, I did realise that purely
Oh,
because we were there so early. Yeah.
well, for me it didn't so much. I it went quite quick. It was a great show. I think I had more fun at the anniversary show. If I'm honest, I can't lie.
I think I had the same amount of fun
Yeah.
at both, honestly. I really did equal out. I'll say for me, just very quickly, that I think that the best part of All In for me was probably the Will Ospreay match. I thought the Brian Daniel, I keep on doing it. I've been doing it for 3 years. Do not have a go at me, okay? I always do it. Look, it's Brian Danielson to me. It always has, it always will be. But if we're going to be politically correct, because I always have a go at people when they get it wrong on other stuff. Daniel Bryanson, no. After all that, Daniel Bryanson, I've done it again, haven't I? Yep. Brian Danielson, finally, you got it right. Brian Danielson is without a doubt one of the best wrestlers in the world. There's no yeah about it. So his match was fantastic. As I said, Will Ospreay's. Seeing Sting again, that was a shocker. I thought the Darby Allin match was absolutely brilliant. I thought the ladders match in the 0 hour was probably one of my highlights. Really great to see Jamie Hayter back. But I think one of the best matches all night has to go to that Battle Royale. That was brilliant. Because you really had some surprises in that. You had Ricochet come out. Oku was in it, wasn't he? I'm pretty
Yes.
sure.
Well, oh no,
Uh,
he wasn't. No,
No?
no.
But
It would
no,
have been
some of the names that came out, it was just phenomenal. It really was.
Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness, that was it. That I knew there was one where like it really went off. Nigel McGuinness returned after 15 years. 15 bloody years. He returned. And he was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had an opportunity to meet Nigel a couple of times. Really down to earth guy, by the way. Just so charismatic and so loving for his fans. I've never ever not seen him. I've never ever seen him turn away a fan, even when he's like in a hurry. He's just so down to earth. Quality guy.
Nigel McGuinness. Well, can you do an impression?
Nigel McGuinness. There you go.
We're live. Yeah.
We are now live on Will Ospreay. No, live on Will Ospreay. Live on what's it called? Dynamite. And we're absolutely loving the show. I can't say we've got to let it slide away because All In is right here. You can tell he's from London, can't you? Every time you hear him, it's like there's English accents and then there's a Cockney accent. And every time you hear him, you're like, that's a Cockney accent.
He's a cool guy.
He's a really cool guy.
Darby Allen didn't really have time for us, did he?
Well, he was very in and out because we were, waiting around that area and we just so happened to be there at the same time as some of them were coming out. And, it's good timing all around. I mean, we didn't get a pic. Well, I got a picture of him, not with him. We got to see MJF, and I didn't even realize it was MJF until he was literally that close to me, which I always found quite funny. So no, it was just a great day. The whole weekend was fantastic. So yeah, let us know what your highlights from All In were, because we all want to hear it, and what you expecting from All Out, because that's next weekend, isn't it? This weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend, yeah. God, it's not stopping, Callum. We had All In, then we've just had Bash at Berlin. Now we're having All Out. It's never gonna bloody stop.
It isn't. Wrestling never stops, does it?
No.
So All Out was a very good event. Well, no, All Out. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Bash at Berlin. That's the one. Bash at Berlin was pretty cool. Not too many changes. One thing I was disappointed about is the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. For me, it didn't quite live up to the expectation. I was kind of expecting a better match. Just wasn't as good as I thought it should be. They've probably got one more match together and it'll probably be Hell in the Cell. I think they should hopefully take it to the next level. Cody versus Kevin was good. Lacked high stakes. I don't think the stakes were very high in the match, but it's still a good match. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, they got their belts back, which they should be the tag champions. They're two big stars, and they should have belts. And it's great to see them champions. I do see a turn happening. I do see them fighting at WrestleMania. I feel like that will be the match for Mania this year. Well, next year, which me and Charlie are going to. The main event, Volta, Gunther. I still want to call him Walter after all these years. I just think Volta is a cool name. Walter is cool. Gunther just never really rolled off the tongue. And also get his old music back. But yeah, him versus Randy was awesome. Randy Orton's entrance was great. Randy still got it. It was a really good match. But at the end of the day, you knew Walter wasn't going to lose his title here, and that's the worst thing sometimes about a main event when you know the result. So hey, it's all right. And then so Bash at Berlin. I mean, another thing about Bash at Berlin and European crowds is that they're incredible. They're really, really, really awesome. And that's the thing. European crowds are the best. So if you ever do a big pay-per-view, you might as well do it in Europe. And that's why I think WrestleMania will be here in the next couple of years in the UK. But yeah, like if you're going to do a European pay-per-view, guys, just make the stakes a little bit higher than they usually are, you know. But yeah, Bash at Berlin. I wish I could have went. I think hopefully, I think Charlie and I will try and get to some events this year. We're going to try and get to some, you know, lots of Rev Pro shows always, because it's not ever that expensive to get into. And you always get great seats, and I hope that doesn't change. But in terms of SmackDown and Raw and WWE in London, I don't know, because we are saving heavy for Vegas. And Vegas isn't cheap. We still haven't really paid for our flights yet, and we're trying to sort that out tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it, guys. For that, All Out, and that's coming up soon. Will Ospreay fighting Pac. That should be a really cool match. And bloody hell, I don't know the rest of the card. Let me have a look. I should do. I always struggle to stay on top of AEW, to be honest. They always do great events, but 2024, which is crazy. Like how's it 2024 already? What the hell? Let's have a look at the card, shall we? I think there's probably still tickets available. Buy tickets. Yeah. Oh my god, you can buy tickets. How much would a flight to Chicago be? It's crazy if you can still buy tickets though. United States. Anyway, while that loads, I'll have a look at the card. My bad. Okay. So on the post, you got Swerve Strickland, you got Sasha Banks, you got Will Ospreay, you got Jack Perry, you got Pac, MJF, Chris Statlander, and Hangman Adam Page. Very cool. Okay, so here we go. So it's actually curious to know how much tickets are for this sort of thing in America. Because apparently it's a lot cheaper over there. So interesting. Look. All Out in Chicago as well. That's so cool. Hold on, it says Illinois. It doesn't even say Chicago. Maybe it's not in Chicago. Illinois. Oh yeah, Chicago, Illinois. Is that right? Oh my god, the tickets are well cheap. $30. $30. $473. Row one. Literally ringside seats for $1,000. That is crazy. Why is in America it's so cheap? Well, they're struggling to sell tickets. Loads available. Anyway, that's just interesting. You know, doesn't look good. I mean, AEW always do so well over here, but kind of struggling in America at the moment. I think we might see Shane McMahon at All Out, which would be crazy. Where has Charlie gone? I think he's up to no good, and I mean that. Okay. Peace up. We can edit this out, so I'm just going to say silent now. I've run out of things to talk about.
Hiya. From the back of what you said. Bash at Berlin, very briefly on that. I was impressed, yes, partly. It was good, but not all the way through. Some of the matches just missed for me. It didn't really have as much, what's the word, gravitas as previous pay-per-views we've had recently. I thought the crowd was fantastic. I'll give them that. The crowd is always fantastic in, a European country. Just saying. No offense, America. But no, I just felt that some of the matches didn't hit as hard as we wanted them to. My three favorite matches of the night, I thought Rhea and Rhea and what's his name? Damian Priest versus Liv and Dominic was really, really good. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that the match between CM Punk and Drew was great. And I also loved the main event, Gunther versus Randy Orton. I thought that was spectacular. The others, not so much, have to be honest. Even Cody's match kind of missed out for me this time, purely because I just felt that we were just kind of like running the rings at this point, which I really don't want to say because I so wanted him to be a good champion. And I'm not saying he's not being a good champion. I don't think he's getting the decent storylines to build up to these matches.
He needs
You know what I
like
mean? You need someone to come in, and I'm really sorry,
He needs
Cody, to
CM
say
Punk.
this, but you need someone to come in and basically do a Seth Rollins on you, and completely destroy you in, I know you won all three matches. What I'm trying to say is like, when he revealed in Hell in the Cell that massive scar from where he pulled his, whatever it was. What was it he pulled?
His tricep.
Your tricep. I'm not saying like go and do that again. Obviously, not a good idea. But we need that kind of storyline. You know what I mean? We've had such good storylines with Cody building him up to be a champion. You'd expect that the same kind of pressure would be thrown on him as the champion, and it just hasn't been. But it is what it is. And we're at that point in the year now where I am really like, yeah, I don't know about the whole thing, because you're coming to the end of the main part of this year before you start building up for the end of season, as I always call it, or the beginning of a season to some people. It will be because Netflix, January. What is it? 4 months away now? September, October. September to
Exciting.
October, October to November, November to December. Wow, it's 3 months away. That's scary, man. No, 4 months. Yeah, December to January. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, but it's exciting, but I just feel they need a big storyline to go into Bad Blood and Survivor Series, because I just feel that if not, the last two of the year are going to miss the mark a bit. Or is it just me?
Yeah, I think so. Cody, like I think Cody might need CM Punk because their promos together would be really good. I think
They would be. The problem is people know they're genuinely good friends in real life, and I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm just saying there would have to be something really, really big or really special about it to make it worth it. Like where the whole Drew and CM Punk thing has got like this, and it's all over a stupid wristband made by a fan, but yet that it gives it something. You know what I mean? Whereas with Cody and Punk, you're going to need the same kind of thing, but probably something with even more leverage, should I say? But maybe I'm just talking jab like always.
Well, maybe. I mean, how perfect would it have been if MJF actually chose WWE?
I know. Oh, mate,
I
keep
think
on
MJF
thinking it.
could
I
have done
keep on thinking it, because let's be honest, his fight at All In was fantastic, but he weren't headlining. He's not been the main attraction since he's come back. Right, great, he's got a belt, but it's not the main one. If anything, it's the American Championship, which is like 2-3 tiers down, 4 tiers down if you count the Intercontinental. Down from the main belts. I mean, personally, I see the TNT Championship higher than United States Championship, and he hasn't even got that now. I've just remembered he lost. Of course, he lost. You know, it's now the European Championship or whatever they've gone to call it again. Is that what they've called it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's international.
Yeah.
I
But
think
maybe
the
that's what he needs. Maybe that is what he needs, MJF. It's like to take a break again. But then is that what we're going to get? MJF like 6 months a year, and then that's going to be it. And then if it doesn't hit, he's always just going to go back to the lab and work on something different. Whereas, like 2 years ago, you could not go a week without hearing, "Oh, you don't believe what he said. Oh, you won't believe how his fight went down."
Hey, some breaking news here, which is kind of crazy. Cody Rhodes is going to make some appearances on TNA.
Oh, nah, he's not. Seriously?
Yes, yeah. He's been at some tapings.
He can't. Do you mean because Raw's moving to TNA?
No, well, TNA and WWE, they've sort of been collaborating recently, haven't they?
Yeah,
with,
because I think one of them's moving over.
like Joe Hendry. But like TNA and WWE.
Oh, TNA.
Have a great
Sorry, I
relationship.
was thinking of the. Well, that was way too loud. I was thinking of, the American channel TNT, which I believe that AEW is on. That's what I was getting confused with. I was like, really? No, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. TNA, that would be amazing. One other thing I want to throw in really quickly. Everything they've been doing on NXT recently with Joe Hendry, I have been bloody loving, and we haven't spoken about it, and we need to start speaking about it because it has been brilliant. So yes, but All Out. Go through the list really, really quickly with me. Of who's fighting who.
So I'll try to find the card. Hold on, I'll probably be able to find it now when I type this in. All right. All Out is crazy though. There's so many seats still available.
Yeah.
Isn't good. Okay, so the card is. Oh wow, that's quite cool. I'll start from the bottom up. So opening is MJF versus Daniel Garcia.
That would be good.
Right.
But surely
This
MJF's got to win that.
Yeah. And Daniel Garcia is the one that attacked MJF, wasn't he, during the match?
Yes. Which, let's be honest, everyone was sitting there. Who did we all think it was? Go on, everyone at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole.
Yeah,
mate, I was going mental. Really thought it was going to be Adam Cole. Well, go on.
Gonna be. And you got Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander.
That'd be good.
Yeah, and the rest of the matches are insane. There's not many matches on the card at the moment.
Who's the main bill?
I'll tell you that in a minute. But listen to this match: Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page in a steel cage match.
Oh, that would be a great match. That will go for 40 minutes or more.
That will be a great match.
That will be an amazing match.
I can already see Hangman like moonsaulting off the top of the cage
Yeah.
and stuff. That should be a great match. And then another fantastic match: Will Ospreay versus Pac.
Again, that's going to be awesome. Yeah.
That'll be fantastic.
That will be really good. Yeah, man.
Really steal the show. And then the main match is actually Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry for the World Championship.
Which Jack Perry will not win.
You never know.
No way. Not after what's been going on with Ospreay. No, not Ospreay. Danielson. Because the statement he made, once he loses, he's doing a Ric Flair. Once he loses that belt, that's it. He's going. Once he loses next time he loses, that's his last match. I think that's going all the way to Double or Nothing. It has to.
Maybe All Out next year.
No.
All in.
No. No, it won't.
Is All In basically their WrestleMania?
I'd say it is. But I think Double or Nothing is just as high up there.
Yeah, I love Double or Nothing. It has a special place in my heart.
Yeah,
like the
same
first
here.
Double or Nothing, I remember so fondly. I loved it.
But on that note, we're going to end it there for this week because we've run out of time yet again. But thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed it. We're so happy to be back. Next week, we will talk about all the things that went down at All Out and, whatever else is going on in the rest of the world. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I've been Charlie.
I've been Callum.
And this has been Before the Free Count. See you guys next week.
See you later, guys.